Hi everyone. I thought I would do a video today about the election. There's lots of emotions running high and people getting upset and sad and frightened, and so I thought it would be a good subject to address today. So I will bring Ananda through and we'll see what they have to say about the whole Donald Trump being the president situation, and hopefully this will help quell some of the fears that you have about this big change. So I will take a breath and Ananda will come through and we'll see what they have to say. We're with you again, dear ones. You are in exciting times, and as many of you know, your planet is going through a great evolution. And despite appearances, you are actually holding a higher frequency today than you were yesterday. Now, this is very confusing for most of you because you have believed the spin doctors that have marketed this being as a very, very negative influence. But what we want you to know is that this is deceptive. Most of your society is deceptive, and it is intended to keep you small and fearful because the beings that are in charge of your civilization prefer it that way. It is much easier to keep you in your place when you are disconnected from your own personal power. And how do you do that? You manipulate minds and you manipulate ideas, you manipulate words and you manipulate images. And in that manipulation, you bring about a frequency that you choose. What is happening today is a giant wake-up call. So what you have is millions upon millions of people around the world. This is an international event. You have millions upon millions of people looking up from their unconsciousness, looking up from their television shows, looking up from their complacency, and they are feeling their feelings. They are feeling frustration, they are feeling fear, they are feeling rage, but they are feeling. And this is where your shift in frequency comes, because when you begin to feel, when you are not unconscious, then you begin to heal the fractured mind. What is the fractured mind? The fractured mind is the mind that is divided between ego and spirit and is unconscious of it, unaware of it. How do you heal the fractured mind? You feel. You get back in touch with your feelings. And this is the gift that you are all receiving today. You are all feeling deeply that which you believe about the world. What we want you to know is that if you feel bad, you are believing in a deception. You are believing in a lie. You are not in alignment with truth. If you are feeling optimistic, if you see that change is happening, and we must ask you to look at the trajectory of your society before this change yesterday. You are looking at environmental devastation. You are looking at endless wars and billions upon billions of dollars being spent on war. And that is the status quo of your society. And we ask you, can you keep doing that? Well, this event, this election result is your own answer to yourself. And this is where most of you are out of accord with truth. This person is speaking what most Americans are feeling, which is an intense dissatisfaction with the status quo. Now, this being is portrayed as misogynistic and inappropriate. Well, he is indeed untrained. He's unschooled, as some of the smooth-talking resident politicians are. They have been trained to give you exactly what you want or what you think you want to hear, whilst completely behaving out of accord with those words. If you look honestly at the last 8 years that have played out, from a global perspective, you are worse off. There is racial violence going on in North America. There is increasing war. There are billions of dollars, as we have said, being spent on arms. And there is a secret underlying manipulation of your consciousness, convincing you that you can keep doing what you have been doing, and you cannot. This Trumpster, as you call him, is speaking truth. He is speaking truth in many ways. Many of you are up in arms about his opinions of women and how he has demonstrated his flouting of politically correct words and actions. But if you look at your television shows, if you look at your commercials, if you look at the clothes you wear, you will see that this is a very misogynistic society. Women are marketed as products. Women are very, very prone to self-hatred and self-loathing because they are judged by how they look rather than their hearts and minds. And you are literally swimming in a sea of misogyny every day, but you are unconscious of it. And this is what this being is doing. He is bringing up for all of you to see the misogynistic nature of your society. He is bringing up for all of you to see the truth of what has been going on for the last many decades, we will say. This is not a new deception. It's been going on for a very, very long time. So we want you to know that if you are in pain today, if you are confused today, if you are disturbed today, we say good. You are looking up from your unconsciousness and you are feeling something. You are feeling strongly that which you desire, which is a fair and egalitarian society. You are feeling very, very strongly that you must act to bring into being a society that is kind and generous and fair to all races and all genders. You are today in your anger, you are today in your upset, literally planting seeds for a good future. The trouble is with your society is that you are not trained in the mind and how it works. You are not trained in the laws of creation. And so what you do is you keep focusing on what the negative is rather than leaping off that springboard into the action that is potential with the energy that has been generated with your experience here. If you were trained properly, if you understood the laws of creation, you would not sit there wringing your hands saying, woe is us. You would get up off your couches and you would begin to move and act in accord with the feelings that you have. But you have in your society been trained to sit. This is what you do with little children. You sit them down and you tell them to stay there for hours upon hours, and they learn to stop acting. They learn to think and they stop feeling and they stop acting. And that is part of your education system. And that is what most of you are suffering from. You are suffering from a decade and a half, some of you even 2 decades of sitting still and thinking rather than feeling and acting. And what we would ask you today is to feel your feelings, feel your anger, feel your rage, and then turn to that which you want and begin to do something about it. Write about it, speak about it, organize about it, but do something about it rather than just sitting passively as you have been trained to do. So now we may be seen as being a bit tough on you here, but we do not mean to be. We love you very much, but we want you to use this energy that you have got going on in your physical body minds today. Use it for good. Do not use it for anger and hatred. Turn it into the creative force that it is meant to be. In a healthy society, you would be told to feel your feelings and you would be trained to understand that when you have a negative feeling, you focus your mind on the opposite of that. So if this person brings up your rage at the inequality that women face in this society, use that energy to do something about it. If this person brings up your fears of protectionism and prejudice, take that negative energy and do something with it. work together with your community and beings of other skin colors and other religions and unite. These are the ways of creation that you have not been taught them, and we are here to assist you in coming to understand how this universe is created. Your society has trained you through television systems and education systems to stay focused on the negative. Don't do it. Take this moment to feel your feelings and then ask yourself, what is the opposite of this? What is the opposite of this that I am feeling bad about right now? This means that it's important to you. It means that you value it. It means that you want to see more of it. So take that energy and use it for the creative force that it is meant to be used. And do not look at the past anymore. Do not look at what was said, who said what, who was accused of what. But take your energy system, your own personal guidance system, and learn how to interpret it. When you feel bad, you are out of accord with love. When you feel good, motivated, positive, you are on the path. You are heading in the right direction. You can turn on a dime if you understand that the energy you are using to hate, the energy you are using to judge, the energy you are using to fear is exactly what the powers that be have been counting on. They want you to stay small, they want you to stay inactive, and they want you to fear. We are here to tell you to feel, we are here to tell you to love, and we are here to tell you that action based on love will bring into manifestation the world that you want, and this being can help you. We are Ananda, we are your friends, and we are your fellow travelers on this journey, and we will speak to you again soon. All right. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.